really think that the advantages are that it really helps those families that are not otherwise able to go in person to see a therapist, right? That I think it's a good introduction to into easing the anxiety and the idea of seeing a mental health provider. Because I think a lot of times with our scholars too, like that could be nerve wracking. Like, oh my God, I'm going to see somebody. And it might be an easier transition that I'm doing this virtual therapy versus being there in person, right? But then also reducing the stress of the transportation and the gas that I need to pay to go see this person. And, so I think it removes a lot of those financial barriers. And of course, the cost, right? That they don't have to pay anything, that this is something that the district is sponsoring or supporting them with. Amazing partnership with Daybreak, where we started implementing our mental health screeners because we realized that these screeners give us a little bit more of a story, a narrative of what is happening with our youth, right? I think there's a lot of that stigma of, well, this kid is fine. He's always smiling. He's always happy. But you don't know the battle that they're fighting in their mind, right? And I think that having these screeners is a narrative to help us start this conversation of, yes, he is smiling, but he is also struggling. And we are here to help you and we're here to support you. And let's talk about what our options are in supporting this child. It's building that safety and communication so that parents feel safe enough, reassuring them like this is in no way a judgment of who you are as a parent. It is not a judgment of your child. We're not diagnosing them. This is just a story. It's a narrative that's going to give us more information as to where your child is right now in this moment. It's building that safety and communication so that parents feel safe enough, reassuring them like this is in no way a judgment of who you are as a parent. It is not a judgment of your child. We're not diagnosing them. This is just a story. It's a narrative that's going to give us more information as to where your child is right now in this moment. Because as much as you love them, as much as my kids love me, I need to recognize that they're not going to tell me everything and that they're more likely to tell somebody else that they don't know. And even better, a paper, that they're going to interact with than to tell you that they're struggling with something. So then what we do with this information, if we notice any red flags, any things that come up, as the parent, we're going to come back to you and say, hey, these are some of the things that we noticed. These are some of the options, that we're recommending. How would you like to move forward?